Let's start with a question that might sting a little. What are you running from? Not the kind of running that gets your heart pumping on a treadmill, but the kind that keeps you up at night. The kind that whispers in your ear, "You're not good enough," or "What if you fail?" The kind that makes you hesitate when you should act, retreat when you should advance, and settle when you should strive. That's cowardice. And if you're reading this, chances are you're tired of it. But here's the good news. Cowardice isn't a life sentence. It's a habit. And like any habit, it can be broken. To do that, we're going to turn to one of history's most fearless minds. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai philosopher and author of the Book of Five Rings. Musashi didn't just fight battles. He fought fear itself. And his teachings can help you do the same. But this isn't just a history lesson or a self-help pep talk. This is a deep dive into the psychology of courage, the art of self-mastery, and the raw, unfiltered truth about what it takes to stop being a coward. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to conquer fear, you'll feel it in your bones. So get ready. This is going to be a wild ride. The anatomy of cowardice, why you're stuck. Before we can fix the problem, we need to understand it. Cowardice isn't just about fear, it's about surrender. It's the moment you let fear dictate your actions instead of your values, goals, or instincts. Think about it. When was the last time you avoided a difficult conversation, passed up an opportunity because you were scared of failing, let someone walk all over you because you didn't want to rock the boat? That's cowardice in action. But here's the kicker. Cowardice isn't natural. It's learned. Society, upbringing, and even your own mind have conditioned you to play it safe, to avoid risk, to prioritize comfort over growth. And while that might keep you alive, it won't make you feel alive. Musashi understood this. Born in 1584, he lived in a time when survival wasn't guaranteed. He learned how to fight at a very young age, but Musashi wasn't just a killer, he was a thinker. He spent his life studying the nature of fear, strategy, and the human mind. And his insights are as relevant today as they were 400 years ago. The Musashi mindset, embrace the grind. Musashi's first lesson is simple but brutal. Stop looking for shortcuts. In the Book of Five Rings, he writes, "You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. But here's the catch. No matter which path you choose, it's going to be steep, rocky, and exhausting. There's no elevator to greatness. This is where most people fail. They want the rewards without the struggle, the confidence without the battles, the success without the scars." But Musashi would call that delusional. Courage isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn through relentless effort and discipline. Take the story of Musashi's most famous duel, his fight against Sasaki Kojiro, a swordsman considered unbeatable. Musashi didn't win because he was stronger or faster. He won because he outworked Kojiro. While Kojiro was busy perfecting his swallow cut technique, Musashi was studying every aspect of combat, strategy, psychology, even the terrain of the battlefield. When the day of the duel arrived, Musashi arrived late, unarmed, and carved a wooden sword from an oar. He used Kojiro's own arrogance against him, striking him down with a single blow. The lesson: courage isn't about being fearless. It's about being prepared. It's about putting in the work when no one's watching so that when the moment comes, you're ready. The red pill truth: fear is a liar. Now let's get into some dark psychology. Fear is a master manipulator. It doesn't just warn you of danger, it exaggerates it. It takes a small risk and turns it into a life or death scenario. It makes you believe that failure is the end of the world when in reality it's just a stepping stone. This is where the red pill mentality comes in. Taking the red pill means facing the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And the truth is this: fear is a liar. It's not trying to protect you, it's trying to control you. Musashi knew this. Remember this quote: "Do not let your mind be swayed by the enemy's movements. You must remain calm and detached, even in the midst of chaos." In other words, don't let fear dictate your decisions. Observe it, analyze it, but don't obey it. Let's bring this into the modern world. Imagine you're terrified of public speaking. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind goes blank. But here's the red pill truth. The fear isn't about the speech. It's about your ego. You're not scared of speaking. You're scared of looking stupid, of being judged, of failing. But what's the worst that could happen? You stumble over your words. So what? You're not going to die. And every time you face that fear, you chip away at its power over you. The strategy of no escape. One of Musashi's most powerful teachings is the concept of mushin, or no mind. It's the state of being fully present, free from doubt, hesitation, or distraction. To achieve mushin, you must eliminate all escape routes. You must commit fully to the moment, knowing that there's no going back. This is where most cowards falter. They keep one foot in the door, always looking for a way out. But Musashi would tell you that hesitation is death. Whether you're in a sword fight or a boardroom, indecision will cost you. Let's apply this to modern life. Say you're in a toxic relationship. You know it's bad for you, but you're scared of being alone. So you stay, hoping things will get better. But deep down, you know they won't. Musashi's advice? Burn the boats, cut ties, commit to the decision no matter how painful it is, because the only way out is through. The power of detachment. Here's where Musashi's philosophy gets really interesting. He believed that true courage comes from detachment, not the kind of detachment that makes you cold and emotionless, but the kind that frees you from the need for approval, validation, or success. In Dokodo, he writes, "Do not seek pleasure for its own sake, and do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling." In other words, don't let your happiness depend on external outcomes. Whether you win or lose, succeed or fail, your worth remains the same. This is the ultimate red pill truth. Most people are addicted to external validation. They need likes, compliments, and trophies to feel good about themselves. But Musashi would call that weakness. Real strength comes from within. It comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for, regardless of what anyone else thinks. The final lesson: live like you're already dead. Another one of Musashi's teachings is the Stoic concept of memento mori, remembering that you will die. He believed that the fear of death is the root of all cowardice, but if you can accept your mortality, you can transcend it. In his later years, Musashi lived as a hermit, meditating on death daily. You must understand that life is fleeting and that every moment is a gift. Do not waste it on fear or regret. This might sound morbid, but it's incredibly liberating. When you realize that your time is limited, you stop sweating the small stuff. You stop caring what people think. You stop playing it safe, because what's the point? You're going to die anyway, so why not live boldly? The call to action: stop being a coward. So what's the takeaway? How do you stop being a coward? Face the grind. Stop looking for shortcuts. Put in the work, even when it's hard. Call fear's bluff. Recognize that fear is a liar. It exaggerates risks and downplays rewards. Burn the boats. Commit fully to your decisions. Eliminate escape routes. Detach from outcomes. Don't let your happiness depend on external validation. Embrace mortality. Live like you're already dead. Stop wasting time on fear and regret. This isn't easy, it's going to hurt. But as Musashi would say, the way is in training. You don't become fearless overnight. You become fearless by facing your fears, one battle at a time. So what are you waiting for? The mountain isn't going to climb itself. Start today. Start now. And remember, the only thing worse than failure is regret. This video isn't just a guide. It's a mirror. It's a challenge. It's a call to arms. And if you've made it this far, you're already one step closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. Now go. Stop being a coward. The world is waiting. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more insights, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and you can also join our community membership for more benefits. I'll see you in the next one.